Hello everyone, welcome back to The Last Door, and welcome to Season 2. This is completely blind territory for me. I have never booted up this executable before. So we're going to go into new game to see what Season 2 Episode 1 is like. Previously on The Last Door. Jeremiah Devitt, altered by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search for the memories of his past that he had lost. Devitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. Its goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the eye of the bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made Devitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the Veil. There he met his old classmate Alejandro Dupre, who urged Devitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the bird. When Devitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words. He traveled to Dupre's house, where he discovered his friend had doused himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the Veil and beyond. Finally, Devitt found a vial of the serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the Veil, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. Devitt's therapist, John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague Professor Johann Kaufmann, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufmann found a disturbing returned letter in which Anthony had tried to warn Alejandro Dupre of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might then come to ours. They are coming. There's a couple things to click on. None of us could prepare for this. I think that's an old lady. We're just boarding up all the windows. The visions screaming were merely a warning. And now it is too late. Before I answer the door, I'm barring the last window. They are coming. Oh, that might have been an option to either go to the door or the window. Yeah, some new intro. Oh, I like that fire. And there's the raven. I'm excited, guys. How about you? Last night, I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time he talked to me. Why am I holding the controller? This is a mouse and keyboard game. I'm guessing I'm Devitt again? It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and life. Oh, look at this art! It's... what's the word? It has a vanishing point. Dang! They did some upgrades since the first season. No surprise, because, you know, the first time they were just some indie devs, I think. I mean, they're still indie devs. But then they got successful, so improved. I walked aimlessly, as if I were lost. Can't open the doors. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching, limping footsteps. That's a creepy sound. Who are you? Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly, like he was expecting something. The word is relentlessly? This time he spoke. Give me back what he took, nothing else. Give me back what he took. No, I have fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already. It's time. Is that supposed to be a magnifying glass? It was several months since Kaufman and I had found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. Oh, so this isn't Devitt that is talking right now. A letter never sent with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alejandro Dupre. We felt sure Dupre was key to finding my patient and friend, Jeremiah Devitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances. Troubled by the death of his friend Anthony, Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research. Though his thoughts and methods remained a secret, in his last letter he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe Alejandro had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis and, if it proved correct, to gather whatever other information might arise. Look at all this beautiful art. I haven't been looking at it because I've been reading the text. I bet it's been looping. East Hill, London. Oh, I get to choose on the map. The playwright. So, bye. I didn't read all that. This advertiser. Man, we just got through the advertisers in Deltarune. Now we have advertisers in the last door. Advertisers everywhere. So this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alejandro Dupre here. This is supposed to be a magnifying glass. Huh. It looks different. Let's talk to the advertiser. Good morning. I would like to purchase a newspaper. Yes, sir. It's 6 pence. I'm afraid I don't have 6 pence. Can you make change for a shilling? I'm sorry, I can't, sir. But you know where to find me when you have the coins. Alright, so bring money to him. This one, so I played all the episodes before. This one, there might be a bit more wandering around aimlessly, clicking on stuff, because, you know, I don't know if you're gonna put the light bulb in the dead body, because, like, yeah, that's one of those things where you just may not think of for like 4 hours. What can you tell me about this building? The asylum? I've never been inside, and I hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know? Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, but maybe if you bought a newspaper. Alright, I'll be back. Goodbye, sir. Oh, let's read this. East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I bet if I go on here, can I go back to the map? Neat. There's a couple things that immediately come to mind. One is, do the items in each place can they be used in other places? And if so, that would expand the game a lot. I wonder if this season is bigger in scope than the first season. A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each shows a perfectly symmetric design in black ink. Please do not touch those sheets. Sir, they do not belong to you. Good morning. Ah yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of a quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light, it makes everything look different. You see, light touches things, soaks into them, and changes their nature. It makes them shimmer or makes them die. Isaac Newton would beg to differ. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor to East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They're just incapable of appreciating my art. Or any art. For that matter, they mistake it for insanity. What are you drawing there? I'm not just drawing, my friend. I'm trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they take them away. Then I take my drawings and study them, and they laugh because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they, the ones who take your art away? Ha! Those foolish caretakers, they hide behind a big mirror where they think themselves safe. And they look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. You have some curious drawings there beside you. Oh, you mean these? These are all the only art that makes any sense here. The doctors use them to cajole some patients into revealing secret inner truths. I won't return them to the doctors until they've returned the art they've stolen from me. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alejandre Dupre? Oh, they changed his name. Now it's Alexander. The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they're somewhere in the archives, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of those guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I would be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. Thanks. I must go. Have a nice day. Sweet, I can go in now with the key. The large door is made of strong metal. This must lead to a secure ward of the hospital. Does the key let me in? Nope. So, as I was saying, being able to travel around town suggests that this might be a lot bigger, and a bigger point-and-click adventure with items means potentially exponentially more wandering around having no clue what to do. Unless they made the puzzles more intuitive. In which case... Oh, this is a neat place. In which case, it wouldn't be so bad. There's also something else I might remember what I was thinking. The rose window brings a solemn air to the room. What's up, ma'am? My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist.
Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. We get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you.
What do you mean you lack experts?
Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living with the other people. We must keep ourselves safe, and our patients too, of course.
I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alejandro Dupre. Did you perchance ever meet him? They put the E back on. Must have been a typo last time.
Alejandro Dupre? Yes, there was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here, it's hard to keep track.
Have you worked here for long?
Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, and the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. But we have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients?
May I request access to the Institute's archives? There should be some information there about a man I am looking for, Mr. Dupre.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. There's a long time since they have been organized.
Okie dokie. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical science, but old serial novels for patients to read.
I'm sorry, sir, the archive is off limits.
A portrait of a severe-looking man, most probably the founder of the Institute. Man, I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping the next chapter would be Behind the Veil with Devitt. A serene, bucolic landscape with gentle colors. What does bucolic mean? An oil picture portraying Dymphna, a patron saint of the psychiatrist, but also of those who suffer neurological disorders and victims of incest. She was killed by her own father, who chopped off her head after she refused to marry him when her mother died. Okay. Why would I expect anything less disturbing from this game? This must be the recreational wing where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I could find someone who met Alejandro Dupre while he was institutionalized. A marble bust of Hygeia, a Greek goddess of physical and mental health. The stone bust keeps the patient's silent company. A sunny beach lapped by the waves of a gentle sea. This episode is immediately much lighter on the horror side. A cheerful pastoral scene. What's up, general-looking dude? A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Excuse me, sir, I could not help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You do not want to talk to a coward such as myself. Okay. The warm decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. A variety of old-fashioned landscapes that portray nature as tame and welcoming. Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man that you may have met. His name is Alejandro Dupre. She got upset by that name. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupre's name. You must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? It's odd that only this window is shuttered. The curtain casts a mottled shadow over this corner of the room. Good morning, I'm a psychiatrist, Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Dupre. I'm sorry, sir, I've never heard that name before. Maybe one of your senior colleagues could know something about this former patient? Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She has been here for years, maybe for too long. You know, we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum's premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. It's not very nice to say when you're standing right next to one of those so-called lunatics. The asylum is quite big, but I can't help noticing there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it's true that there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We're only 3 for the whole hospital. From what I've been told, in the old times the income was enough to provide for everything we needed, a complete staff, proper accommodation for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon, everyone started leaving, and this is what remains. Well, thank you in any case. I'll leave you to your work in peace. What have we here? Is that a big mirror? There's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. I'm gonna take it. What's that? I'm not in the mirror anymore. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. Oh, neat! Yeah, so how does that work? Like if there's light on one side of a pane of glass, then it sends some of the light through and some of the light bounces back so that it looks like a mirror. But if there's no light on, or very little light on your side of the glass, then the light from the other side comes through. That's neat. I thought it was a mirror and the reflection went away. That would have been in line with the spirit of this game. But yeah, you can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. Oh yeah, I thought that was papers. Okay, it's not. It's a restrained man. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. I got the piece of metal. The window is closed abruptly. Looks like a therapy log. Edward Rowan, 27, acute dementia. September 25, 1891. Mr. Rowan's condition has degenerated since the last session. He is relentless, as if the morphine had no effect on him. For the last week, he's been obsessive, troubled for reasons unknown. September 25, the patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. Dr. Wendell has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needed to subdue the patient, Mr. Rowan. 3 markings were found on his body upon examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. Mr. Rowan is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion and spends his time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. Wait, is that what I just... Alright. A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom. Let's take it. I got the coin. Coin with metal. Coin with key. Key with coin. Yeah, I guess I can't get through here because it's a wall of glass. Well, curious as to what that is. Alright. Where else do we have to go? I wonder if in this season, you know, since there's a map, I wonder if we'll be revisiting the same place in different chapters.
Our work here takes a great deal of discipline, Dr. Wakefield, as I'm sure you appreciate. It's rewarding in itself, but I do wish I had something to occupy my mind more to help me pass the time. Now that would ease my burden.
Shall not bother you then. Here, have a piece of metal. Have a coin. She looks busy, I shouldn't bother her. Have a key. Alright, now the question is, 1, where to go, and 2, oh yeah, a coin. Is that a 6pence? Can I buy a newspaper now? Did it become nighttime while I was in there? The expansive London skyline seems to fade away amidst fog and smoke. I would like a newspaper. 6pence, is it?
Here.
Thank you, sir. Read the newspaper. Today's illustrated London news. The first headline is about a grim case. Scotland Yard keeps its silence about the ambassador of Turkey found dead last Saturday under mysterious circumstances. Our sources suspect he may have been murdered. The second, sea monster found in St. Ives. The remains of a serpent from the deep were found on the beach early yesterday morning. It's suspected they came from a seaside museum in Spain destroyed a month ago by the sea waves during a terrifying storm. There's another drawing advertising an operetta called Love Brushstrokes. Okay, I bet I take this to the lady. Let's go. Here you go, something to occupy your mind.
Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are.
I'll just go over here, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna read the books. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical science, but old serial novels for patients to read. Neat. This is the hospital archive, where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupre was really committed at East Hall, his file should be here somewhere. The portrait of a restrained patient surrounded by caretakers and a doctor. Lovely. Yeah, that's absolutely the kind of poster that you want in your medical place. Yeah, no diagrams of like brains and nerves and skeletons and respiratory systems and eyes or whatever. No, none of those posters. Just a picture of a patient in restraints being operated on by the doctor. That'll set your patients at ease. It's been a long time since this desk was last used. It's covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. The drawers are all locked. Time to pixel hunt. This cabinet contains many documents detailing the treatment of patients ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file is right there. Dupre, Alejandre, room 108A. All the files are missing. It's as if they had been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains with an address written on it. Hall Street, 26. Could that be where Alejandro Dupre lived before he was committed to this hospital? Hall Street? I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. Okay, I see. So we're going to go back to the... Oh, it's going to make me automatically go out. Man, I wanted to study more. I wanted to click on more stuff. Oh, I'm still here. Let's see. All the dates of this cabinet are prior to 1870. I'm looking for a more recent file. Yes, I already found it. I'm just looking around. A metal locker. A small sign reads, seized objects. There's lots of money, and a Necronomicon, and a Dragon Ball, and a Keyblade, and... It's locked. I need a key to open it. Could it be this key? Some personal effects, probably sent in by the patients' families, but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Gonna look at it? Is it gonna be like a Mori with a computer in the bathtub and all those symbols on the page and a cat-faced Sandman coming to him in his sleep? Watercolor paintings and drawings of different subjects. A tree, a vase with flowers, something that could be a portrait, but there's something... I gotta look at it again because I accidentally clicked without reading. But the colors are dispersed, shapes broken, decomposed and mixed in a whirl of bright flecks. Alright, so before I go to the new place, I'm gonna give these papers back to that drawing guy. Here, I stole your stuff. Where was it? Was it over to the left here? Yeah. Here's your stuff. Here, are these your drawings? Oh, what voice did I give this guy? Who was just 10 minutes ago? I forgot. Great wonder, they're back. Someday they'll understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. Cards. A few folded cardboard sheets, each with a large, symmetric patch of black ink in the middle. I've heard of this technique, but always thought it an eccentricity. Patients are supposed to see in them the deeper causes of their ailment. Rorschach blots. That looks like it looks like a boss from Undertale / Deltarune. Reminds me a lot of Queen. It is butterfly wings and 2 tails. This is the first card. Well, okay. Sorry for saying that so immediately. If we look at more cards, tell me what you see in the comments. That could be really interesting. This shape looks organic. What do you see? Tell me in the comments. It looks to me very much like a beetle. Like a beetle, there's the antenna on top and 6 legs, 2 of which are not connected, or maybe I can't show with the mouse. Yeah, and then it just has a shape on its abdomen. And I didn't even think about the less dark blots. They're just the ground. Almost like insects. This one doesn't look like an insect to me. Tell me what you think in the comments. This looks like something like a very frightened Asgore. Can you tell I'm a Deltarune fanboy? Yeah. What do you think this one is? It looks very much to me like a face, like one of those masks from that we saw in the previous 2 episodes ago. 3 episodes, 4, whenever we stood in front of that giant curtain that went up. And also, we saw it on the title screen of this one. That one definitely looked like one of those faces. This is locked, right? What if I use metal on it? I can't open that heavy door with this. What does the metal say? A thin piece of nickel used to keep the window open. Nickel. They don't have nickels yet. I think. I don't know. Maybe they do. This just isn't America.